Listen carefully. Someone around you is going to test you soon. It might be subtle, it might look harmless, but in that moment, they'll be watching to see how much control they have over you. And if you don't notice it, you'll hand it to them without realizing. The truth is, there's a certain type of person that liars don't even try to control. Not because that person is aggressive,
I hope you
not
understand.
because they're loud,
Yeah, it's
but
fine.
because
Don't worry about
controlling
it.
them
Thanks,
feels
I appreciate it.
pointless. By the end of
The
this
data
video,
looks great.
you'll understand
Really? Show me.
exactly how
See?
to
The
become
graph
that
is rising.
person.
Wow,
Here's
that's a
something
relief.
most people don't realize. Liars don't randomly lie to everyone. They choose their targets carefully. They observe. They test. They pay attention to how you respond to small moments before they ever try something big. And once they feel they can steer your reactions, your emotions, or your
Are you
decisions,
sure?
they move in.
Yes, it's
If you've
gone.
ever
Don't worry.
wondered why
Okay, we'll
certain
find it.
people keep lying to
I
you
know you're
while others
upset,
seem to leave
but it's
you
not what you
alone,
think.
it's not bad
Whatever.
luck.
I'm leaving.
It's energy. And right now, you might be giving off signals you don't even know exist. Think about everyday situations. A coworker says they'll handle something and never does. A friend promises they'll pay you back
Hey, what's
and
wrong?
keeps delaying.
I'm just feeling
Someone
down.
gives you an
Let's go for a walk.
excuse
It'll
that
help.
doesn't quite
Okay, you're
add
right.
up. Yet
I'm
you
worried
nod
about
and
this.
let it go.
It's okay.
Ask
We'll
yourself
figure it
this
out. You
honestly.
think so?
Why do
I
they
know
feel
so.
comfortable doing that with
Hey,
you?
great to see you.
It's
You
not
too.
because
How
you're
you been?
weak.
Great.
It's
Let's
because
catch
you're
up.
predictable.
Definitely. Let's go.
And predictability is easy to control. Every time you rush to be understanding, every time you
It's been a
accept a
challenging
story
week,
without pausing,
but I think I'm
every
starting to
time
see a
you
way
avoid
forward.
discomfort
Yeah,
just to
a way
keep things
forward.
smooth, you're
So
silently
about that
telling
thing from
people, I
yesterday.
won't push
Oh,
back.
that?
Liars
Don't worry
pick up
about
on
it.
that instantly.
So,
But
if the
imagine
theory
walking
posits a
into
direct
a room
correlation,
with a
and given
different
the empirical data
presence,
suggesting
one where
against
people
trend in
slow
similar
down their
systems.
words
I
around
see
you,
now.
one
I'm
where
really
excuses
worried about
don't roll
this.
off their
Hey,
tongue so
it's gonna be
easily.
all right.
That
You think
shift
so?
doesn't
I
come
know
from
so.
intimidation. It comes from awareness. Here's a hard truth that took me years to accept. Being overly nice often makes you controllable. That doesn't mean kindness is bad. It means kindness
Let's go to
without
this
boundaries
cafe.
is
The cafe?
dangerous.
I'm not sure.
Dishonest
Come on, it'll
people
be
don't
fun.
hate
But
nice
what if it's
people.
expensive? It's
They
fine.
rely on
Let's
them.
go.
They test you with small distortions of truth, tiny inconsistencies, harmless-looking lies. If you let those slide, they know they can go further. And before you realize it, you're living inside a version of
Hi there.
reality they
I
created.
guess it's just you
The
and
first
me.
change is simpler
But you
than
know
it
what?
sounds,
We got
but
this.
incredibly uncomfortable at first.
Whoa, that's a lot to process.
Silence.
How does this
Most
all
people
fit
are
together?
terrified of
My
it.
brain is
The
melting.
moment something feels off,
Short on
they
time, but
rush to
happy
fill the
help.
gap.
What can I quickly
They
answer, or where can
explain,
I direct you?
they
The menu is a
laugh,
great place to start.
they
Great,
change the
thanks.
subject. But silence is powerful. When someone says something that doesn't feel right, don't rush to
So then,
respond.
I told
Don't
them about the
nod.
secret meeting
Don't
last
correct
Tuesday
them.
at the old
Just
bookshop.
pause.
You know, the one
Look
behind
at them
the bar.
calmly and wait. People who are telling the truth don't mind silence. They're steady in what they said. But someone who's lying suddenly feels exposed. They start adding details you never asked for. They shift. They backtrack. They try to guide your reaction. That pause
My day was
forces
pretty
them to
normal,
carry
just
the
played
weight
some
of their own
games,
story
relaxed.
without your help. Try it once, just once. 5 seconds of silence can reveal more than 100 questions. The next shift is learning to control
Hi.
what your face gives
Hi,
away.
nice to meet you.
Most people don't
You
realize
too.
how
Let's be
expressive they
friends.
are.
Yes.
Surprise,
down
sympathy,
today. Hey, it's
excitement,
gonna be okay.
doubt.
Thanks, I needed
It
that.
all
Anytime.
flashes across
Got
their
your back.
face.
No.
And manipulators read that like a map.
No.
They adjust their words
No.
based on your reactions. You're
Hey,
not being
what's wrong?
fooled by what they
I'm
say.
really worried.
You're
Don't
being
worry,
guided
it'll
by
be
what
okay.
they see on
Okay,
you.
thanks.
What you want to develop is calm presence. Interested, but unreadable. Think of how a therapist listens, or how a judge watches someone speak. There's attention, but no emotional giveaway. This doesn't mean being cold. It means staying grounded.
Hey, don't be
When
sad.
people
We're
can't
all
tell
here
how
for
their
you.
words are
Really?
landing,
Thanks.
Of course.
they
we
lose
love
control.
That's the
They
spirit.
don't know which
Yeah.
direction to push.
What's this honesty
So they
magnet
start
do?
exposing
Oh, nothing
themselves.
much. Let's see.
Another
I'll turn it
mistake
on.
most people
I ate the
make
last
is
cookie.
asking easy questions. Is that true? Did you do it? These are gifts to liars. They only require a yes or no. Instead, ask questions that require texture. Ask them to describe. Ask them to walk you through what happened. Ask about the boring parts. Real experiences come with details effortlessly. Made-up ones
What a
don't.
beautiful day.
There's also a simple
Look at that
trick that
skyline.
works surprisingly
Feels so
well.
alive here.
Slightly repeat what they said, but change one small detail. Someone who's honest will correct you immediately because they're remembering something real. Someone who isn't often agrees without noticing because they're tracking a
seem
story,
down. What's
not
up?
a memory.
Just a bad
That
day.
tiny
Everything's
moment
going
can
wrong.
tell you a
Wanna
lot.
talk about it?
Now
I'm
let's
here.
talk
Thanks,
about
man.
something people overlook completely. The body doesn't lie easily. I'm not talking about obvious
The
nervousness.
answer is
I'm
42.
talking about
Isn't that
patterns,
brilliant?
hands
The ultimate
hidden,
answer.
feet pointing away, movements that lag behind words. When someone says something emotional, but the emotion arrives late, that gap matters. One sign means nothing. Everyone
Left,
gets nervous.
right? Which way
But
should I go?
clusters of
I guess I'll
signs,
take the center
especially
path.
around specific parts of a
Great
story,
to connect.
deserve
Likewise,
attention.
I'm excited.
Another
Me too.
powerful
Let's do
shift is
this.
becoming
Sounds good.
selective with your personal
I
information.
can't just
Not
stand
everyone
here. I
needs
need to
access
do
to your
something.
life.
But what? Anything is
Dishonest
better than
people
this.
collect
Have to try.
details the way tools collect parts. What you care about, what stresses you, what you avoid. Then they shape their lies around that. Being open too fast doesn't make you deep. It makes you readable. You don't need to shut people out. Just slow down what you give. Redirect questions. Keep answers simple. Let others reveal themselves first. The more someone talks, the clearer they
I knew
become.
it was in here.
And remember,
This is gonna be
you don't
great.
owe explanations for every boundary. "I'm not comfortable with that" is a complete sentence. Your intuition plays a role here too,
This
but it
headache is
works
killing me.
best when
You should get some
paired with
rest, man.
attention.
Yeah, maybe take
That
a break.
quiet feeling
We're here
that
for you.
something's off isn't random. It's your mind noticing patterns before you can name them. Don't ignore it. But don't explode either. Observe. Keep mental notes. Inconsistencies once can be mistakes. Repeated inconsistencies are choices. Here's the part that actually changes everything. You must be willing to walk away from dishonesty. If lying doesn't have consequences, none of this matters. People don't stop trying to control you because
What's
you're smart.
happening? I
They
don't
stop
know. I'm so
because the
scared.
cost
This
is too high.
terrible. What do
When
we do?
honesty
So
becomes a
worried.
requirement, not a preference, everything shifts. This doesn't mean cutting people off over small things. It means having a clear line you don't let people cross. And once people sense that line, they adjust. Or they disappear. Either way, you win. Your circle gets smaller, but stronger, quieter, but more real. What's interesting is that honest people are drawn to this energy. They're tired of games too. When you move through life with clarity and boundaries, you become safe for truth. And suddenly, relationships feel lighter, cleaner. You're not guessing. You're not doubting yourself. You're not constantly trying to read between lines. So here's the shift. You're not trying to catch every lie. You're becoming someone who doesn't invite them. Someone steady. Someone observant. Someone who doesn't rush, doesn't over-explain, and doesn't trade peace for approval. Liars feel that immediately, and they move on. Start today with just one change, one pause, one boundary, one moment where you choose awareness over comfort. That's
Hey
how
everyone,
control
thanks for
ends.
coming.
And
Together,
that's
we can make a
how
real
honesty
difference.
begins.
Let's get started.